First, thank you. It's your intellect once again. So today we want to take a rough sketch as we are going to revise our advanced level question paper. Last time we have done number 1, number 2, number 3. So today I want to catch you up as we are doing question number 4, 5, and 6 for November 2018 specimen paper 1. So as we are listening attentively to this lecture, as we are getting more information using this channel, if you find it interesting to you, please don't forget to subscribe, to like and share, because this will motivate me, this will give me more impact to take part and to give you more evaluations as we engage through this video. So if you want to keep on gaining this information, remember this information will help lower 6 students, upper 6 students, those who are universities that are doing heritage as part of their modules, especially for those who are doing law, for those who are doing social work, for those who are doing developmental studies and all other aspects which require heritage as part of our subject of concern. So I thank you for your support. I thank you for your integrity. You keep the banner high. It's your intellect once again, as I have introduced myself earlier. So today our question says, define between constitution and constitutionalism. They say, define those terms. What is a constitution? What is a constitutionalism? So they want to give the definition. So if you are wise enough, what you can do is you can say constitution is a legal document that set out basic principles about the way a national state is ruled and governed. And above all, any broadly accepted, working definition of constitution will likely describe it as a set of fundamental legal political rules that, number 1, are binding on everyone in the state, number 2, concern the structure and operation of institutions of government, political principles, and the rights of citizens, and also are harder to change than ordinary laws, because these are constitutional laws. Above all, a minimum meet the international recognized criteria. That's what we call a constitution. While a constitutionalism is defined as a doctrine that governs the legitimacy of government action, and it implies something far more important than the idea of legality that requires official conduct to be in accordance with the prefixed legal rules. In other words, constitutionalism checks whether the act of government is legitimate, and whatever officials conduct their public duties in accordance with the laws prefixed or predetermined in advance. This shows that having a constitution alone does not secure or bring out constitutionalism. So constitution, it is the set of rules, while constitutionalism is following the rules that are being set. So in Shona, we tribute constitution ibumbiro remutemo, constitutionalism kutedzera zviri mubumbiro remutemo, to simplify the fact. That's it. Then furthermore, the question says, explain fundamental principles of the Constitution. What are the fundamental principles of the Constitution? The fundamental principles of the Constitution are, number 1, rule of law, separation of powers, and we also have what we call sovereignty, responsible and accountable government, ensure and respect individual rights. These are fundamental principles of the Constitution. What is the rule of law? Rule of law, it denotes a government of laws and not of men. Individuals working within the state machinery are expected to exercise their official duties and responsibilities in accordance with the law. In other words, the rule of law represents the supremacy of the law, which says no one is above the law. Even the president must be under the constitutional set of laws. So that's it. So it says no person is above the law. Courts play a vital role in protecting the rights of any individual in the state. That's what we call rule of law as number one fundamental principle. Number two fundamental principle is separation of powers. So under constitutionalism, power is not concentrated in any one organ of the state. It is diffused among the three organs of the state, that is the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. So when you are saying the separation of power, it means power is not centered, is not centralized, but rather power within the hands of many individuals. If power is monopolized by any organ of the state, there could be abuse of power, tyranny, and dictatorship. Nor can there be liberty. For example, the legislature, in addition to its lawmaking power, is not allowed to exercise the roles of the executive, and the judiciary is not allowed to execute the laws which it interprets. So these two powers are reserved to the respective organs, that is the executive and the judiciary. That's what we call separation of powers. So when we are talking about separation of powers, it means that power must be separated. Then another principle is sovereignty. Popular sovereignty envisage the fact that the public is the source of fountain of all government authority. The legitimacy of the government power is derived from the consent of the public. In other words, the government acquires its mandate from the people. That's what we call sovereign rule. So in sovereignty we have what we call justice, equality, and freedom. In justice, it means that according to section 68 subsection 1, it states that every person has the right to administrative conduct that is lawfully, prompt, efficient, reasonable, proportionate, impartial, and both substantively and procedural fair. That's what we call justice. Then in terms of equality, section 56 of Zimbabwe Constitution, subsection 3, it states that every person has the right not to be treated in unfairly discriminatory manner on such grounds as their nationality, race, color, tribe, place of birth, ethnic or social origin, language, class, religious belief, political affiliation, opinion, custom, culture, sex, gender, marital status, or whatsoever. It means that people are treated equally. Then number 3, in terms of sovereignty, we have what we call freedom, which we can refer to chapter 4, which terms the Declaration of Rights of Man. That's what we call sovereign. Then after that, we have what we call the responsible and accountable government. This is another fundamental principles of the Constitution, which says in the democratic nations, people perceive their government as their own servant. That's the mandate whereby the government must work for us as Zimbabweans, as they are doing. Furthermore, we've got what we call ensure and respect individual rights. That is the incorporation of the rights of individuals in a constitution and other laws is essential, but not an end by itself. It means to an end, it must seem the rights are duly respected and protected. That's what we call fundamentals of the Constitution. We have explained them. Then it says how successful is the Zimbabwean government, the Zimbabwe Homegrown Constitution Amendment 20 promote the rights of women. So in this case now we are saying as the women are given full rights and equal rights as men, how successful is Zimbabwe promoting that? It is promoting that through women empowerment. For example, we've got organizations which, such as Shamare Manaskana, it promotes the rights of girls because it promotes a right to vote, right to education, right to information. It gives sovereignty to women as men. And also, above all, it also gives my ideology such as rule of law to women. They are allowed also to participate in politics as men. Above all, they are allowed to, in public speaking, they are whatsoever in which we are doing as Zimbabweans, which promotes women, which proves that yes, Zimbabwe it is a grown nation which is promoting the rights of women, employment, equal employment opportunities, even in uniformed forces. We've got more women. So this is it. So we are done with question number 4. Moving on to question number 3. It says that define the concept of culture. It is saying define, yes, it is saying define the concept of culture. So in that case, we shall observe that the term to define culture, it is very difficult to define culture, guys. So since we have got several definitions to encompass culture, what I can say is culture, it is termed as according to me from different evaluations, because to define culture is very difficult. So we can say it is the behavior, knowledge, beliefs, and habits or customs that a certain group or certain individuals are termed right or are terming positive for them to practice. That's what I can concept of culture. So in this concept of culture, it means that a certain community, a certain country, or a certain group of people, they are terming, they are mandating to have same behavior, same knowledge, and same beliefs and habits in which they display to be common or to be normal among themselves. That's the concept of culture. Then question B, that's question number 5B, it says, with reference to examples, examine difference between tangible and intangible heritage. So when we are talking about heritage, it refers to Naka. That is something in which we have inherited from our ancestors. So in this case, tangible heritage, it can be referred as natural heritage. It is something in which we can touch with our own hands. Natural heritage refers to some of total of elements of biodiversity, including the flora and the fauna, ecosystem, and all geological structures. So in terms of tangible heritage, that's what it is. Then intangible heritage, we can say as spiritual heritage. These are practices, customs, and beliefs in which individuals can inherit from their forefathers. So in terms of this, in terms of defining it, we can say in intangible heritage we've got what we call geological structures. For example, we've got ideologies such as minerals. Intangible heritage, we can have minerals, while listed in intangible heritage we have language. And intangible heritage, we've got mana pools, Victoria Falls, we've got Chinoi Caves, Vumba, and Lake Manyame, and whatsoever. These are ecosystem, natural phenomena which we have got pools, but in intangible heritage we can have our culture. Then in that case, also in intangible heritage, we can have archaeological sites such as Great Zimbabwe, Mapungu, and whatsoever. These are now archaeological sites that we touch, that we have. But in intangible heritage, we have got taboos of the natural environment which we use as our part of our intangible heritage. Above all, in intangible heritage, we have got artifacts such as clay pots. We have got artifacts such as arrows. We also have natural objects that are significant to the community. For example, we've got the trees, we've got the rivers, we've got the mountains, we've got air, we've got the land in itself. While listed in intangible heritage, we can have folklores and folk tales as part of our heritage. So this is the difference. So as an advanced level student, you can extrapolate points from this. Then above all, we can also take note of cultural heritage. It includes traditions, it includes ideologies such as humanity, creativity. For example, main tools and entitlements they used to have before, and artistic creations such as sculptures, such as drawings, such as whatsoever. These are tangible heritage also. So we have more information to denote that. Then in intangible heritage, we recognize our cultural heritage through religion, the Mari cult. We also have ideologies such as Christianity, indigenous religion, also tine zvinhu zvakaita sana mukwerera ndikuda kuzama kuburitsa I think manzwa. Then furthermore they say, to what extent in your view can be done to preserve tangible heritage? How can we preserve our artifacts? How can we preserve our natural ecosystem? So to a greater extent, what have been done or what we can done is the legislation. We can put legislative laws. For example, we've got EMA. It disregards the cutting down of trees. Also, we've got implementing heritage as the compulsory subject so that people can learn about both the tangible and intangible heritage. We can also have community gathering. We can also have community festivals. For example, Bira, for example, Nimbe. This can be done in order to preserve our tangible heritage, that is land. And also we can have folk tales and folk wars. As we are telling vana vangano idzi dzinotibatsira kuti vazive kwatakabva nekwatiri kuenda. Also we have got the establishment of heritage sites, for example the Heroes Acre, preserving our artifacts. For example, at Great Zimbabwe, it is a preserved monument so that we can learn about our past history. Use of totemism. There are so many things. Then however, okay, it is saying what in your view can be done. So this is what can be done to preserve our culture, to preserve our beliefs, cultural norms and values. Then moving on to question number 6, it says state any 3 natural heritage sites. We have got Kami ruins, we have got Manapus, we have got Cameroons. So not Cameroons, not a natural. Sorry. We have got Shinoi Caves, we have got Manapus, we have got Victoria Falls. These are natural heritage sites. Why they are saying natural? Natural, it means free gifts from nature. So these are natural heritage sites in Zimbabwe. Assess the benefit that Zimbabwe gets from its natural heritage. So as an advanced level student, as a grown-up individual, you can denote what are we benefiting from Manapus. It is situated in Zambezi Valley. It benefits tourism. We have got tourism, foreign currency earnings from Manapus. We have got also what we call it is part of it is a leisure center. You can go there. You relieve your stress as you can observe those animals moving and roaming around. Above all, other benefits is it teaches us about our past history because you'll be explained how it was preserved and whatsoever. Above all, we've got Victoria Falls. Benefits that we have international recognition, establishment of Victoria Falls International Airport, foreign earnings, cultural exchange, language exchange, multiculturalism. We are benefiting from it. And also we can find trading partners because of it, establishment of businesses, employment creation through Victoria Falls. And in terms of Chinoi Caves, it is an educational site. Also, it teaches about weathering. It teaches about the establishment of or how these natural phenomena are established and how they created themselves. For example, in Chinoi Caves, you can go and learn about stalagmites, stalactites. Those who study geography, they know what I'm talking about. So these are the benefits as an educational side. So I've explained several benefits from this. Then how successful has Zimbabwean government been in managing natural heritage? Zimbabwean government is being successful in managing natural heritage through security guards, through enforcing of laws, through environmental management agents, which is helping them to allow to disregard people to cut down trees. Also through my legislative laws, for example, Operation Chikorokoza Gachipere, it is preserving our natural heritage, that is minerals, through good farming practices, through command agriculture from President Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and also through establishment of the Ministry of Tourism. It is helping Zimbabwe to preserve this natural heritage. Also through educational campaign, we are now teaching you about the importance of this natural heritage. So as an individual, you know and how to immense it. So this is the successfulness. Then however, we can say Zimbabwe is not successful in managing them through droughts, corruption, and also through ideology such as extinction of natural species, for example, animals and trees. They are now extincting. So thank you very much for your time. I hope I've helped one or two individuals. For more information, guys, you keep on subscribing to the channel, you comment, you ask, and also for more evaluation, contact the number on the screen. This is the end of our lesson. Sendu is grateful for those who are giving testimonies that they are finding the exam so simple because of watching my videos. I'm humbled with you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your evaluations. You can also go on my Facebook. You can follow my Facebook channel, Phineas Nduza. You can also follow my TikTok channel, Phineas Nduza the same, and you can learn again. Thank you. Sarai Zvakanaka.